Now let's speak to Adomako Appiah-Kusi, who is the West African Regional Director for CATS International, a consumer protection body, to see what they think about the tariff adjustment. Hello, Mr. Kusi. Welcome to Eyewitness News. What's the general position of CATS International in respect of the announced tariff adjustment?
Good evening, Salom, and your listeners to Citi 97.3 worldwide. I think PURC for the past 7 months has been consistent in increasing tariffs every quarter. And we've been kind of surprised about the action of PURC. Of course, we do understand that utilities companies need money to survive, and the business that they are rendering should be profitable. At the same time, PURC is looking at one side. In the past, whenever the variables were trending towards the side of the consumers, PURC kept quiet and never adjusted the prices downwards because the voices of consumers were not that loud enough to cause PURC to increase the tariffs. And now, I don't know whether PURC is trying to do the bidding of the utility providers by consistently increasing tariffs. Now, of course, the electricity has gone up just about 5%. There are some times whereby even when you look at all the factors together, we should have gotten a reduction by, let's say, 4 or 6%. But PURC said, it is not significant, so let's ignore it. But now that it's 5%, they have gotten the effrontery to increase it. And I think that PURC is not being fair to consumers. And one thing that I would like PURC to do is that, like the way the NPA puts out the data in the public domain, so that at every point, anybody with a calculator will be able to know where the prices are going. Now, consistently, because gas prices have been going up, it is kind of giving them the edge to increase the tariffs every quarter. But when the gas prices start to go down, I'm not sure PURC will consistently be bringing the prices down. And so if PURC is acting as a neutral person between consumers and the power producers, then PURC must be honest to Ghanaians.
But they say that it's not all the debt they incur that they push to us. So, for example, it says this adjustment only took account of 40% of the previous season's debt, which means that there is more debt. So if the situation improves, on the other side, they will have to they will have to pay their debt, if you like. So until we're able to clear the whole debt, I'm not sure we will see downward adjustment, even though on paper, yes, technically we can see a review downwards.
So one thing that I don't agree with PURC is that there has been a lot of commercial losses on the grid line. And to what extent is PURC urging the companies to reduce those commercial losses? PURC has kept quiet, and the consumers are paying for the inefficiencies on the electricity grid line. Lots of people are consuming power; they are not paying. Instead of PURC asking the ECG to go and chase those money, all those bad debts are being pushed onto the few ones who are paying. And I think it's not fair. It's not fair at all. Currently, in fact, the last time that we did the data came, ECG administrative losses was close to commercial loss was about 27% or so, and which I think that is very high. It means that if ECG was able to recover 10% of that particular amount, ECG will be able to move from the position that where it is in terms of the debt. So there's more that PURC needs to demand from the utility companies than consumers around this time when the economic conditions are tough for Ghanaian consumers.
I see, but I think we are seeing some little progress or some gradual progress. Because the ECG, for example, over the last year or so, it's been on some new drive to get people who owe them to pay. And whilst they go around, they deal with issues of power theft, etc., which is part of the leakages I'm sure you spoke about. So it's work in progress. We may not be there yet. It's work in progress, especially as it's the people who steal the power. You can't easily see them. The nature of our communities such that you cannot easily see them. But the point I'm making is they've begun some drive to at least recover some of their losses. Is that not something we should be applauding and urging them to do more rather?
And Solomon, when your commercial loss averages around 28%, and you manage to reduce it by, let's say, 5%, you have not done much. You still have more to do. And I think that UCG needs to do more. And I implore PURC to direct UCG to do everything within its power. Of course, the law gives them power even to prosecute power theft. And to what extent, when did we hear that a company or an individual has been put before court for stealing electricity power? All these powers, all these, the law, all the statutory backings that have been given to UCG are not being utilized. And until they start doing that, those who are stealing powers will continue to steal. We want to see power thieves being taken to court.
Very well. Thank you so much, Mr. Adomako Apiakusi, West African Regional Director for CATS International.